Thank you for joining me for Sefer HaMitzvos, lesson number 75, dealing with the negative commandment 262, the commandment not to diminish a wife's food, clothing, or conjugal rights. This comes from the verse in Exodus 21:10, which says, let me pull it up here real quick. If he takes another wife for himself, he shall not diminish her sustenance, her clothing, or her marital rights. It's also found in the statement in 21:9. It says, she must be treated exactly as any other married woman, referring to like if he takes a servant girl and marries her, then he has to treat her like a normal wife, providing for her with sustenance, clothing, and marital relations. So we get the mitzvah of saying that this applies to all wives from the statement where it says that it must be according to the daughters of Israel, like the same way that you treat other wives, you treat the maidservant. So that indicates that all wives are due these three things: um, uh, uh, the food, clothing, and conjugal rights. Um, so let's discuss these three things here real quick. So food, that would indicate that he should provide for her the normal food that someone eats in that area, and according to his means. He should provide for her with, it doesn't have to be some lavish thing unless he's very wealthy, but he has to be able to provide for her the normal amount of meals and the normal type of food that would be, considered that's sufficient, and what, a good amount, a normal amount of food for his wife. Then clothing. The clothing is that he should provide for her clothes for the seasons that are appropriate. So if it's a rainy season, a cold season, whatever, he provides the clothing that is for those times. And it also includes that he would provide for her with ornaments for herself, with makeup, uh, a cap to wear, scarves to wear. These things are also included in clothing. So that's the jewelry, etc. Shoes. Specifically, he's supposed to provide, according to Rambam, he's supposed to provide for her shoes at each festival. But this is one thing to point out is, especially on the festivals where we're commanded to rejoice, then those are festivals that the husband is required to provide clothing for his wife. And so Rambam says shoes, but if she needs a new dress or something like that for the festival, then that's what he would provide for her. And she even says Shakianu, I believe, on the second day, or when she wears the clothing. Then conjugal rights. This is obvious, but he he can't withhold himself from her. And it's, it's kind of the opposite thing. I think most of the world thinks that, um, maybe in the Jewish world, that the guy is in charge about when they're going to be together, etc. And in fact, it's the other way around. If she's upset, if she's had something to drink, if she's uh, hesitant, um, if there's a dispute between the two of them, they're not allowed to be together. And she's the one that dictates when they're together. If she says that she wants to be with her husband, the husband, even if he's tired or doesn't feel like it, whatever, um, he is supposed to provide that for her. And it's not the same the other way around. If he's interested in being with his wife and she's hesitating, etc., then he cannot. So the wife actually provides, or kind of dictates, when they are together and when they are not. Now, backing up to the food, Rambam includes in this list that included in this is providing oil, and so that's the oil for the food, etc. But it's also that oil is going to be used in the lamps for lighting the house, not just for Shabbos, but lighting, having light in the home. And this is a really important thing because if you have a house that's always dark, you're not going to be able to have peace in the home. So providing the oil for the lamps is also included under providing food for his wife. And I would say that also, I'm not an authority here to tell you, but to me that makes sense, that he's supposed to be paying the electrical bills. So don't be negligent on paying the electrical bills, because the husband has the obligation of providing the means for having light in the home. Now, on top of these things, we also learn from this mitzvah that the husband is also obligated, if he's a father, and God willing, that's one of the main goals, or one of the goals of the family, is to have children. And so the father is obligated to provide food and clothing for his children as well, up to, um, while they're in his home. And um, and in this case, normally we don't publicly embarrass someone, etc. But in this case, of if the father is not providing food and clothing for his children, then the community is supposed to actually publicly embarrass him, for being a deadbeat dad. And that's a very serious thing. The father has to provide for his children in addition to his wife. Um, so, and of course, all of those things are according to his income. And that's supplementary to her income. She can, and I've heard rabbis argue that the wife should be providing some sort of an income, and also doing work. But that um, these things that are the requirements for the husband, are in addition to whatever she might be doing on her own, bringing in money for the family. the husband has to provide those three things. All right. Well, there's a lot more to talk about on this. You can read more in Mishnah Torah if you're interested. It goes very in depth regarding these things. But yeah, we're going to have to stop here. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day in every way. Bye bye.